Hello and welcome. Today we are driving a 2022 Mazda CX-5. This is an all-wheel drive model with the turbocharged engine. Before we begin this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel here at Radial Reviews. Make sure to like the video also and turn on notifications so you don't miss any uploads I do here on the channel. I would like to thank Flood Mazda in Wakefield, Rhode Island for allowing me to review this vehicle. Their link is down in the description below. This vehicle is powered by a 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, producing 227 horsepower along with 310 pound-feet of torque. That is also mated with a 6-speed automatic transmission. On the outside of this car, it really looks sleek. It doesn't look anything like Mazda used to in years past. It looks very upscale and very nice throughout. Alright, let's take this Mazda for a spin. Alright, so the first thing I noticed about this Mazda, it does have a floor-mounted pedal, which I appreciate because I drive a European car and it has a pedal similar to that. It also has moderately touchy brakes. They're taking a little bit of getting used to. They're very manageable to use, they're just a bit touchy. Alright, so driving this CX-5, the wind noise is pretty dang quiet, but tire noise is a little bit present. Visibility is very good, out the sides and the front. This engine feels very torquey. Of course, it has the 310 pound-feet of torque, and yeah. Okay, it sounds pretty good. However, I believe some of the audio is also pumped in, so the engine is not as loud as it may seem. The head-up display up front, I like it very much. It's you can adjust it right through your settings here in the infotainment, so that's very easy to do. The infotainment in here is pretty similar to most Mazdas. It is controlled with a BMW type of hockey puck controller, but it has hard buttons for all the shortcuts there. For the gauges inside of here, you do have analog gauges on the right and the left, but in the center you get a digital screen, so you can actually change how you like that configured. The front seats in here are leather trimmed. The entire interior is very, very nicely trimmed with soft padded leather and some both white and red accent stitching. It is a very, very nice mix, and everything's slightly angled towards the driver like in most Mazdas, so it's very welcome to have that. There is a power moonroof in here. It does slide and tilt, so that is also very nice to let in natural light. You do have blind spot monitoring in here. You have rear cross traffic alert, emergency collision braking, and you also have a couple other features which will be listed down in the description below. This vehicle does have paddle shifters, so I am gonna put it over into that mode, and we'll try those out. Okay, it's very, very quick to respond. Wow. That is awesome. All right, let's come to a stop and shift. All right, shifts very, very quick. Very nice. Once again, I'm pretty sure some of that audio is pumped in, but that's all right. This car on the interior is pretty full of features. So it does have heated front and rear seats, actually. The rear seats in here are heated. It does have a button right here. You have a heated leather-wrapped steering wheel. You do have radar cruise control, so you can control that and your spacing right here on the wheel. You do have dual-zone automatic climate control in here, and that has its own dedicated little screen right there. You do get 2 USB Type-A ports in the center console there, along with 1 car charge port and another one right down here. And you also do get a wireless charging pad for your phone. So that is very, very cool. You do have a Bose premium audio system in here. So that is a pretty good system. I've tried it out. It has very good bass and minimal distortion. Gets good volume as well. And let's do a nice little brake test right here. So I'm just going to slam the brakes. Awesome. Works very well. Feels very confidence inspiring, so that's very cool to have. Let's actually come to a stop once more because there is no one around. I will put this into sport mode. And this is all-wheel drive, so let's floor it. And we're at 60. Okay, not bad at all. You actually heard a little bit of turbo squeal. I wouldn't even call it whine, it was turbo squeal. It sounded great when he got up there to the highest RPMs. However, this, as you could see, that really does not like getting up there in the RPMs. That was sport mode, foot to the floor, but it really only topped out around 5,000 RPM. It's a little bit slow. It's not bad, but it definitely does drive more like an SUV than a car, like the Mazda 3 Carbon that I drove recently. I believe I got about a 7.3 0 to 60 run in that, whereas this I definitely think was a bit slower. For the power band, it was pretty linear. It just wasn't all too powerful off the line, or really at any point, any more than the other points. It was good enough. Felt pretty good. And it didn't hurt that some of the audio may have been pumped in, because it really did sound pretty good. Alright, so let's do a nice little highway entry. I will pop it back into sport mode. Awesome. And floor it. Okay, so off the line, the torque is present. Okay, let's do some passing. Okay, so the suspension is a little bit stiff. It didn't really absorb that all too great, that bump, but that's alright. Let's put it back in normal. And let's actually put it into manual mode, so I'll just check out how quickly it replies. Okay, not too bad. It's a little bit slower shifting between the highest gears in manual mode, but wind noise is very subdued once again. However, tire noise is just a little bit louder than the wind noise. It has adequate passing power. It really, off the line, it does feel like a very torquey engine. It's pretty exciting to jump off the line in this car. And once again, when you're passing people, you do have blind spot monitoring in each of the side mirrors, so it's much safer in this car to be on a highway passing and just in general traffic than some other cars. And as you can see right there, it actually, in the head-up display, it does give me some alerts as to which side the blind spot monitoring is picking up a vehicle. So there, it's on my right, and it's active right there as well. So that's nice. You don't have to do like a scan like this, swaying your head back and forth to try and check your blind spots. I like that. Alright, so the tires ride pretty well on this, but they're honestly not the smoothest. I think that's because it has 19-inch wheels. It rides pretty well, but it just feels a little bit, it does seem to pick up some of the bumps. Once again, with larger tires, usually comes a rougher ride. I'm not exactly sure why, but that's pretty typical. And there was a friend actually doing a test drive. Little Mazda friend with a flood dealer plate just like me. Very cool. And let's put it in sport mode, just so when we get this green light, I can actually test once again how it feels if it's pretty jumpy off the line. I did not have any wheel spin in my 0 to 60 test, so I think the all-wheel drive system is pretty good in here. It's activated well. Also, the idle in here is very low. It's only about 600 RPM. That's very good, of course, for fuel economy. I believe this averages about 25 miles per gallon. Alright, so yeah, it really does have a nice jump off the line. It feels really confidence-inspiring, actually. Although it's an SUV, it seems to have a pretty low center of gravity. Very easy to manage, and I felt very good sending it into that corner a little bit sharp. And we will do, once again, another highway re-entry over here. And it is in sport mode. I will put it into manual mode, let you hear the engine sing a little bit. Alright, sounds very good. Okay, yeah. It really is a pretty good motor. It feels really nice to drive. And the body itself, it's very well matched. Put it back in normal mode. It really does like sending into corners. It's a soft enough suspension. It's a little bit on the stiffer side, but I appreciate it. Really, it's felt very good in each and every one of my highway entries, my sending it into that rotary, and just off the line. Makes it feel very good. You never ever feel like you're going to tip in this car. It feels very, very, very well planted. And just to note, this car does have an off-road mode, and it is capable of towing about 2,000 pounds. So that's a very nice thing to have. Alright, so it's in sport mode. I'll just put my foot down a little bit once I straighten out. Not too much body roll. Really, it feels pretty good. Alright, that's 60. Yeah, it's not bad. Put it back in normal. And once again, the noise is really, really minimal in this car. Tire noise is more present than wind, but even that is pretty quiet. Alright, so that'll just about do it for this review of a 2022 Mazda CX-5 2.5 Turbo all-wheel drive. Thank you to Flood Mazda in Wakefield, Rhode Island for allowing me to review this vehicle. Their link is down in the description below. Make sure to check out my POV review of this vehicle, also on my channel. Thank you for watching, and take care.